Welcome and thank you for joining me. So, over the next 12 weeks, we'll move through a progressive Hatha yoga practice that we'll work through together. So, rather than starting something new each week, we're going to build on the same foundations so that allows your body, your breath, and your mind to become more familiar with the practice and more steady and more at ease. So, today's practice is just about slowing down and simply reconnecting with your body, your breath, yourself, and each other today because we haven't seen each other for a while. No, it's really about your own practice. So just a reminder that there's nothing to achieve. There's no need to force yourself into any postures. It's really just an invitation to listen to your body, to move with your breath, and hopefully let this be the beginning of a sustainable practice. And hey, Sonia, I can see you're joining. I can see some other people are joining, but my eyes can't read your names from here, so I apologize, but hello and welcome. So make yourself comfortable and have any props that you'd like to use handy within arm's reach. Just letting your hips be heavy, softening your shoulders down away from your ears, and taking a breath in as you lift up through your spine, lifting all the way into the crown of your head. And as you exhale, maybe closing your eyes and just taking a moment to yourself here. Letting go of your day and all of your external influences. And arriving at awareness of your breath. Just noticing the natural flow of your inhale and exhale. In and out through your nose. And we're not going to be practicing any special or particular yogic breathing technique today. Really just want us to drop into awareness of our own breath and cultivate a rhythm of breathing that feels comfortable and true to your own body, to your own state of mind, and creating a pace with your breath that you'd like to lead your practice with. You might like to start with inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4, just to set a nice balanced approach to your breath. And then you can start to lengthen your breath a little, create some little pauses in between each breath. And as you continue breathing, feeling that soft rise and fall of your chest, feeling your belly gently expand and contract. Just witnessing this beautiful and natural ebb and flow as you inhale and exhale. And one more breath in this way. And maintaining that light, nice, relaxed, drawn out breath. We'll bring one hand to our belly and one hand to our heart center for a practice called Goranga breathing. So as we inhale, we'll silently say the spiritual sound Goranga in our mind. And as we exhale, we'll say the sound Goranga for the entire length of our exhalation. We're just listening to the sound, allowing our mind to rest in this beautiful sacred sound. So let's exhale completely. Take a breath in and say the sound. Goranga. Again, inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. One last time. Goranga. And releasing your hands to your lap, allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. And taking some time here to set an intention for your practice. My intention for us today is just to come home to ourselves, to find our own rhythm. Opening your eyes and taking your hands to the front of your knees. We're going to drop back into our belly, dropping back into our spine, lowering our chin to our chest. Then inhale, lift the lower back and the belly forward, raising the chin, looking up. And just repeating, moving back and forth. Inhale, forward. Pressing your hands against your knees. Exhale, dropping back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Lifting back to center, taking your left hand to the floor. Reach your arm up and over. And to the other side, right hand to the floor, reaching the opposite arm up and over. And just keep going back and forth, moving with your breath. And pressing your hip down as you reach your arm over. Feeling a nice contraction through the lower side of your body and lengthening through the upside of your body. One more time each way. Good. Coming back to center, and we'll take a little twist from side to side, just rotating from one side to the other, waking up our spine. One more time each way. Inhale back to center, exhale to twist. Good. Come back to center, lowering your chin to your chest. And really try and let your head hang heavy, so feel the weight of your head dropping down, so you get a nice stretch through the back of your leg, maybe a little, back of your leg, back of your neck, and maybe a bit into the back of tops of your shoulders. And then taking your neck up, turning from side to side. And come back to center and lower your left ear down toward your left shoulder. And up and over to the other side. And come back to center. So a nice little spinal tune-up. Now coming over onto all fours, stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. And we'll inhale to look forward and arch our spine. And then exhale, rounding your spine in the opposite direction. Chin moves toward the chest. Now moving back and forth, and as you inhale to come forward, tilting through your pelvis and then lengthening through your spine, opening up through the chest, broad through the collarbones. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the spine, navel toward your spine, chin toward your chest. And now losing yourself in the movement, inhaling, looking forward, arch your back, lengthening. Exhaling, rounding your back, lengthening the opposite direction, doing 2 more in your own rhythm. And let's do 1 more for good luck. Nice, big stretch. Exhale. And come back to center. From a neutral spine position, taking it side to side. So inhale to lengthen, then exhale, bringing the shoulder and the hip in toward each other. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, contract around to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale. Shoulder and hip toward each other. Come back to center and exhale to the other side. Let's do 1 more each side. And come back to center. If you need to take a little rest here, dropping your hips back to your heels, take a stretch, reaching your hands forward, forehead to the floor. Take a breath here. And lifting up, coming back onto all fours. And we'll take the left hand forward, reaching your arm forward, and sweep the opposite leg back. So we're going to go right leg back, left arm forward, starting in just a neutral position. Anytime you feel a little bit out of balance, you can just carefully lower your toes to touch the floor. And even practicing with toes to the floor is a nice modification. So keeping the right hip rolling down and navel drawing in, and this is going to help to stabilize through your pelvis. And the more you press down into your shin and your lower hand, the more you'll feel stability through your body. And if you feel you can take it further, raising the leg and the arm a little higher, taking your gaze forward. So keep working that hip down as you reach the leg up, reaching back into your toes and forward into your fingertips. 1 more breath here. And exhale. Hand to the floor. Shin to the floor. Take a breath. Take a child's pose in between if needed. And now taking the right arm up, sweeping the left leg back. And stabilizing by drawing the navel in, pressing down into your hand and shin. And keeping the left hip rolling down as you maybe start to float the arm and leg up a little higher, gazing at a point in front of you and keeping your breath flowing. One final breath. Beautiful. Lower your arm and leg and come back to sit. Hips to your heels. Lengthening out into your hands. Walking your hands over to the left. Nice big reach out through the right fingertips. Pressing your right hip down. Walk your hands back to center and over to the left. Reaching into your left fingertips. Left hip reaches down. And walk your hands back to center. Finding your way up to standing at the top of your mat. So you might like to go through a sneaky little downward dog, stretch out through the backs of your legs a little, and then walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Rolling up to the top. Rolling up to stand up at the top of your mat. Okay, so we'll start with a nice slow initial sun salutation, and then we'll go into a more flowing sequence. So feel free to modify throughout as needed. Standing with your arms by your sides, grounding down through your feet and lengthening through your spine. Inhaling, reaching up into your hands. Exhaling, bending through your knees, folding forward, belly to your thighs, hands to the floor. Inhaling, sliding your hands up your shins, looking forward. Exhale, hands to the floor and step back into a plank position. Lower your knees to the floor, diving your chest down. Inhale, coming up into just a half cobra, elbows working in toward your ribs. Knees to the floor, tuck the toes and lift back into downward dog. And we'll hold here for 3 breaths. Taking your time with each breath. And for this first one, just configuring your alignment, taking your fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide, lengthening down into your heels as you simultaneously lift into your hips. Maybe bending through your knees. And then stepping your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale into a half lift, sliding your hands up your shins. Exhale, bending the knees, folding forward. Inhale, rising all the way up to standing, reaching up through the hands. Then exhale, lower your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward, maybe with straight legs this time, scooping in through your belly. Inhale, half lift, flat back, fingertips to the floor or hands to your shins. Exhale, jumping or stepping back. And lower down. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, lifting back into downward dog. And prioritizing lengthening through your spine. Another couple of breaths here. Exhale completely, looking between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching up. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. Let's do one more round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lift through your belly and drive back into downward dog. Settling in and then holding here for 3 breaths. Good. Exhale completely. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Take a breath, feeling all the beautiful circulation through your body. And feeling your joints to be nice and mobilized. Now standing with your feet hip distance apart, we'll go through a series of forward folds. So inhale to lift, grounding down through your feet, hinging at the hips as you fold forward. Either hands to rest on top of blocks or hooking your first 2 fingers around your big toes. And from here, option to bend through the knees. Otherwise, folding forward, drawing in through the belly, bringing the forehead in toward the shins. Now we'll move with our breath a little. So inhaling, we'll lift, looking forward and lengthening our spine. And then exhaling, curling in, folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. And really settling into the rhythm of your breath. 2 more breaths here. Begin to slowly release. Taking your hands to your hips and lift up, coming back up to stand. Lower your hands by your sides and take a breath. Nice. Okay, we're going to find our way into a low lunge now to warm up our hips before standing postures. So taking a big step back with your right leg, lowering your knee to the floor and flatten your back foot. Placing your hands on top of your left thigh, dropping your shoulders down as your hips begin to descend toward the earth. And once you feel settled in, option to raise your arms up and maybe even take a little reach. So they can even just be up above, or if you want to take it into a little back bend as well, feel your hips working down as you lift up through your spine, reaching your arms up overhead and back. And staying with your breath. And keep lifting into the fingertips as your hips continue to lower. Feeling that simultaneous energetic direction, going upwards and down, grounding and lightening, and then exhaling. Hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes under and step forward. Take a breath. And switching sides, stepping the left toes back, lower your back knee to the floor and flatten your back foot. Taking your hands to rest on top of your thigh and tuning into your breath. Raising your arms up, inhaling to lift. Exhaling to really let go into your hips. Reaching up. And being patient with each breath and tuning into the subtleties occurring as you hold the pose. Maybe in your hips, maybe it's lengthening through your spine, maybe it's an internal softening, and then exhaling. Hands to the floor, tuck your back toes under, and step your foot forward, coming back up to standing. Arms down by your sides, and take a breath. Beautiful. All right, so from here, we're gonna step one foot back, doesn't matter which way. Which one? Stepping your feet out wide, turning your right toes out and bending through the right knee, stacking your knee above your ankle, and bringing the back toes in slightly so that this hip is nice and secure. And don't be afraid to try and bring your front thigh parallel to the floor. So once you've got your foundation set up, drawing in through your belly, lifting your ribs out of your waistline area, and then taking your arms out to the sides, turning to look just beyond your right fingertips. Good, and feeling nice and strong and stable in Warrior Two. Good. And just cultivating again that energetic of simultaneously you're reaching out into your fingertips, you're grounding down into your feet, you're lengthening up through the spine and the crown of the head. From here, keeping our legs working as we take it back into reverse warrior, holding here for a few breaths. So as you reach your arm back, sliding your back hand down, and keep working forward into that front leg. A nice big stretch, an opening through the right side of the body. And inhale, lifting up, straightening out through the right leg, turning the toes in, take a breath. And turn the left toes out, turning the right toes in slightly, setting up your foundation first. There's no rush, stacking your knee above your ankles, toes pointing forward. And begin to drop down into that front knee, thigh moving parallel toward the floor. Navel drawing in, reaching your arms out to the sides and turning to gaze just beyond your left fingertips. Pressing down into your feet, reaching into the crown of your head, expanding out into your fingertips. Breathing steadily. Good. One more breath here. And taking it back into reverse warrior, inhaling, reaching up and over, sliding your right hand down your back leg. Keeping nice and strong in the pose. And lifting back to center. Good. Turning the toes in, lower your arms, heel toe your feet back together. Take a breath in mountain pose. Now stepping your feet out wide again. This time for triangle pose. So turning your right toes out and your left toes in, raising the arms up, navel drawing in, sending the hips over to the left as you reach to the right, lowering your hand to rest on top of your foot or a block. And the left arm is reaching up, staying nice and alive in the pose. So really engaged through your legs, squeezing all your muscles on strong, right from your ankles, up your thighs, into your hips. And then same with your arms, reaching up into your arms, reaching into the crown of your head to keep your torso switched on. And that lower hand is there for support and alignment, but we're not collapsing down into it. One more breath here. Soft bend through the lower leg, and then inhale, reaching up. Come back to standing. Rotate the right toes in and the left toes out. Sending the hips over to the right, already starting that engagement through your legs. Drawing the navel in, reaching through the arms, lower your hand to your foot, and taking the top arm up. Settling into your breath. And soft bend through the left knee, coming all the way up to standing, turning the toes in. Lower your arms, bring your hands to your hips, take a breath. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, we're gonna move into a standing wide-legged forward fold. So folding forward at the hips, keeping nice and long through your spine, and then taking your hands either to blocks or all the way to the floor, and then allowing your torso to fold forward. If you're familiar with bringing your crown of your head to the floor, go ahead. Otherwise, just allowing your upper body to be suspended in the air. And then walk your hands underneath your legs, gradually drawing your upper body toward that space in between your legs. Getting a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. Pressing down into the soles of your feet, lifting through your inner arches. Thighs are switched on. And have this feeling of reaching into your hips as you lengthen down, crown of the head toward the floor. Coming back to your rhythm of your breath, that same rhythm you were cultivating from the beginning of your practice. Maybe it's even a little slower, maybe it's a little slower and deeper now. Maybe it feels a little more like home, a little more settled. Two more breaths here. And then bringing your hands to the floor. Walking your hands forward, coming into a half lift. And then take your hands to your hips, soft bend through your knees, and press yourself back up to standing. Heel toe your feet back together. Lower your hands by your sides and take a breath, allowing everything to balance out after that inversion. And step to the top of your mat. We're going to find our way down to the floor. We'll take one downward dog first, and then we'll come down to seated posture. So just take a nice big reach up, and then exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift up. Then exhale, step back, lower down, and inhaling into a cobra or upward dog. And exhale to lift back, finding yourself in downward dog. Taking your awareness to your hands, checking that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide, pressing actively into the floor. And notice how when you press into the floor, it helps to activate through your shoulders. And then sending that energy all the way up into your hips. So you're visualizing your spine, your vertebra lengthening as your hips lift. And then lengthening your heels down toward the floor. Getting a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Doesn't matter if your heels don't come to the floor, but if you're finding you're feeling a little restricted through the hips or spine, softly bend through your knees to prioritize lengthening through the spine. And we'll stay here for another 5 breaths. Anytime you feel like you need to rest, just come down onto your knees. One final breath. And looking between your hands, I'm going to do a little hop to cross my legs and sit, but up to you how you want to come down to a seated position. And then we'll take our legs out in front. Legs out in front, flexing your toes back toward you. And switching on through your thighs, so they're nice and engaged, your kneecaps are lifted, flexing your toes back toward you, and that'll help to activate through your ankles and calf muscles, so your legs are really nice and strong. Then start lifting up through your spine. We'll interlock our hands, starting with palms facing toward you, raising your arms up, shoulders down away from your ears, and then flip the palms up. So keep pressing the shoulders down and lifting up through your spine, flexing your toes back toward you, holding here for a couple more breaths. Navel drawing in as you lift. And release. Lower your arms. Relax your legs for a moment. With your right leg out straight, bring your left foot in. Bring the sole of your foot to your right inner thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, folding over your right leg. So as we're moving into more seated postures now, even more opportunity to slow down and find your own personal rhythm. One last breath on this side. Inhale, lift. Extend the left leg out and bring the right foot in. Folding forward over your left leg. And as you start to go a little bit more internal, that awareness of being internal starts to become the primary kind of experience. And the peripheral experience of the sensations in your body and the activity of your mind. It's this really nice kind of withdrawal peaceful experience that our practice offers. One more breath here. And lifting up. Extending both legs out. Give them a little shake. And lifting up nice and tall. Both legs straight out now. And either hands to your shins or hooking your first two fingers around your big toes, or maybe you'd like to use a belt. Lift and lengthen through your spine. Scooping in through your belly, engaging your thighs as you fold forward. Lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. And maybe closing your eyes. Allowing your body to really let go into the fold. Softening a little more with each breath. Still being active in the pose, but surrendering into your nervous system, letting go. Your brain allowing for a deeper stretch. One more breath here. And then slowly unfurl. Coming up. And taking your hands back. Fingertips pointing towards your feet. Feet to the floor. And we'll move into a tabletop position. Lifting up through the hips. Pressing down into your hands and feet as you reach your hips up toward the sky. So getting a nice stretch through the front of the shoulders. And if you feel comfortable with it, you can carefully lower your head back. Keep lifting through the hips and pressing down through the feet. Seeing if you can lift your hips just a little higher. Exhale. Lower your hips. Come back to the floor. Cross your legs for a moment and sit. Relax. Feeling that nice circulation of prana and energy circulating through your shoulders. Good. Coming down onto your back. And taking hold of your feet for happy baby pose. So holding the soles of your feet, whatever's more accessible for you, whether it's through the insides of your feet or gripping around the outside of your feet, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And then just starting to relax into your hips and gently pressing down into the soles of your feet so that your knees and thighs are working down toward the floor. Getting a nice hip stretch. Lengthening your tailbone down toward the floor. Gently rocking from side to side. Good, and we'll take a short rest to cross our ankles and take hold of our feet, opposite hand to foot. Holding here for just a couple of breaths, closing your eyes. And release, taking hold of your feet in happy baby again. Just for a few breaths, seeing if you could work your knees down a little more, a little closer toward the floor so you're getting a deeper hip stretch. And relax. This time crossing your ankles with the other ankle on top, taking hold of your feet. Relaxing in this nice little closed loop. Shutting down through the eyes. Okay, open your eyes and lower your feet to the floor. Straightening out through your left leg and bending through your right knee, taking your right knee across your body, coming into a spinal twist. Placing your left hand to rest on top of your right knee or thigh. And then turning to look over your right shoulder and taking your arm out at shoulder height. And now we have this two-way experience again where we're pressing the knee down in one direction and the shoulder down in the opposite direction, just being mindful not to strain or overdo it through your lower back. And just getting a nice stretch and twist through the back, softening through your belly. Gradually letting go a little more with every breath, moving deeper into the twist. And returning to center. Straightening out through your right leg and bending your left knee. And taking your knee across your body. Right hand to rest on top of your knee or thigh. And taking your left arm out to the side in the opposite direction and turning to look over to the left. Softening into your belly. And just breathing as naturally and comfortably as you can in this twisted position. Gently encouraging your shoulder and your knee down toward the floor. And slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest and make some small circles with your knees. Taking it really nice and slow, feeling the massage through your sacrum and feeling that gentle massage into the hip joints. And back in the opposite direction. And come back to center, hugging your knees in and lengthening your tailbone down toward the floor. And release, straightening your legs out and making yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Turning your palms up and allowing your feet to fall out to the sides. Gently tucking your chin, sliding your shoulders down away from your ears. And if you like, closing your eyes. And before we move into the guided relaxation, taking some time here to notice how your mind and body feel after your practice. We really slowed down tonight, which I truly believe is the medicine for the modern woman. Being able to really slow down and switch off from our external environment and responsibilities. Now staying where you are as I guide you through progressive relaxation. All you need to do is relax each body part as I mention it. Taking your awareness and your breath all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relaxing your toes from your big toes to your little toes. Relaxing the soles of your feet, your inner arches and outer arches. Feeling your heels to be heavy as they rest against the floor. Softening into your ankles. And softening into your calf muscles. Feeling your shin bones to be heavy. Relax into your knees. Relaxing into the joints and all the tissues surrounding your knee joints. And relax your thighs, the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. Feeling both of your legs to be heavy and relaxed. Now softening into your belly. From your lower abdominal region, up through your midsection, all the way up to your diaphragm. Visualizing your breath as a healing white light, healing energy, and circulating it around and around your abdominal region. Visualizing it circulating around your navel, through all of your vital organs, your reproductive organs, bringing fresh prana, nutrients and oxygen to this entire region. Visualizing all of these vital organs and your reproductive organs becoming bright, rejuvenated, nourished, replenished. And releasing that visualization. And coming back to your regular breathing. And relaxing all the muscles down your side body, feeling as if they're melting downwards towards the floor. And then begin to relax into your chest, starting with your ribs. And then relaxing all the muscles in between each rib. Relaxing and softening into your lungs. Again, visualizing your breath as a healing white light. And visualizing every inhalation, drawing in fresh prana, oxygen and healing energy into your lungs. And as you exhale, releasing stale air, releasing carbon dioxide, any stale oxygen. Feeling your lungs getting replenished, rejuvenated with every breath. And bringing your awareness to your heart, softening and relaxing into the heart muscle. And taking a moment here to connect on a deeper level with you, the self, seated within the heart. And also the Paramatma, the super soul, also seated right beside you. And the goal of our yoga practice is actually self-realization and realization of the Paramatma, the super soul. And just taking that moment here to reconnect, to remember. And coming back to awareness of our body, back into awareness now of our shoulders. Feeling your collarbones broadening and releasing. Relaxing from the tops of the shoulders down and around your shoulder blades. Letting go of any tension or anything you might be carrying on your shoulders. Just taking some time here to exhale it out and letting go. And relaxing into your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms and wrists. Relaxing into your hands, feeling your fingers to be gently curled. And noticing that gentle prickling sensation of life force and prana circulating your palms. Now gently guiding your awareness to your lower back, feeling your sacrum broadening and relaxing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feeling all the muscles either side of your spine softening and relaxing. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. And start to relax into your face, softening through your forehead, your temples, and your jaw. And relaxing into your mouth, your tongue, and your lips. Your eyes are getting heavier and heavier. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Nothing else to do, and nowhere else to be. Just rest. Slowly starting to wake up your body by wriggling your fingers and toes, gently rocking your head from side to side. Rolling over onto your left side before pressing yourself up to sit. And we'll finish our practice today with a meditation practice called kirtan. So it's a form of kirtan usually accompanied by an instrument. Today I've got my harmonium. And so I'll be singing the mantra, Goranga. And you can join in and sing along as you feel comfortable. And as you sing and listen to the sound, we just want to draw this sacred sound in through our ears, into our mind, and bring it down into our heart. And as we sing the sound, you sing from your heart. Doesn't matter how your voice sounds, just allowing yourself to be completely absorbed in the sacred mantra. Goranga, 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 Goranga. Last time. Goranga, 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 Goranga. Beautiful. Bringing our hands together in prayer position. We'll close off our practice by bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.